A warm welcome everybody from a venue that has seen plenty of sensational laps over the years. Remember Verstappen in 23, Vettel in 2019, some phenomenal pole laps. But whose will it be today?
Hello everybody, it's Joe here and welcome back once again to my F1 24 career mode journey. We're at Suzuka for the Japanese Grand Prix. It's round 4 of season 3. If you haven't seen the last instalment, do be sure to go and check that one out before you see this one. Also, if you're a first time viewer or you have missed a handful of races, you can go back on the playlist on my channel entitled F1 24 career mode and catch up. This is your last chance to do so before spoilers. Well, last time out we grabbed a handful of points, but it was a case of a few wrong calls at the wrong time. But now we're here in Suzuka, Q1, very hit and miss there. We were P12 and just a bit outside of where we needed to be. But now we're in Q2 and we're going wide at the chicane there. That is going to cost me just a little bit of time. What's it going to be when we cross the line? It's P15. So it's a very poor lap all round. And as we come round for the second lap, we're only a couple of tenths up and we've got very little time left upon which to do a lap. But I'm hoping when we get to the chicane, we do gain a bit more time and that'll be enough. And indeed, we're already up to 4 tenths up now. So we gain a few more tenths at the chicane. And it is going to be P5 in Q2. So we have made good progress there. And it's Norris that's fastest though. We're still quite a bit off the pace. I do tend to struggle round Suzuka though. For me, it's probably my weakest circuit on the whole calendar. But we're now in Q3 and I'm thinking this is a sort of decent lap until we went wide at Spoon, however, and then I clipped the curb and nearly lose the car. So that's going to be a good 2, maybe 3 tenths lost on this lap. Draining the battery as we go up the hill though, trying to save what I can. And there you go, we're 3 tenths off of Leclerc. And I think that's where we lost it in Spoon. If not for that, I think we would have been looking at around about P5 or P6 on the grid. But as we head round the final chicane and onto the pit straight, it's still not a fantastic lap time. And in the end, it's only good enough for 7th. I reckon we could have been 5th without the mistakes we made. But, you know, that was qualifying. We've got a race ahead of us. Anything can happen yet.
Welcome along then to the magnificent Suzuka International Circuit, a stone's throw away from Issa Bay in the beautiful Japanese countryside. What surprises lie in wait for us today at the Japanese Grand Prix? We're southwest of the city of Nagoya today at a wet and windy Suzuka circuit. 3.6 miles and 18 corners make up a lap here, with Sector 1 likely to prove especially difficult in these conditions. We should see overtaking into turns 1 and 16 today, maybe a few Kobayashi-style dives into the hairpin as well. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Oscar Piastri, Fernando Alonso, Verstappen, Leclerc, Sunshine, Gasly, Sainz, Tsunoda, Perez, Ocon, Stroll, Joe, Albon, Behrman, Magnussen, Hamilton, Hülkenberg, and Théo Pourchaire. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. And alongside me here today in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson.
It is going to be a wet start for this Japanese Grand Prix and the rain is set in for the day. So it's going to be wet all the way through here. Intermediates are the tyres to go for. We're on the grid, 27 laps ahead of us in difficult conditions. We are underway at Suzuka and it's not a great start that we have gotten at all. Leclerc's trying to make up a place around Verstappen and we got Sainz on one side and we've got Gasly down the inside, and Gasly able to make up places there as Sainz blocked us in a bit. We got Yuki Tsunoda in his home race trying to prove a point, but he's not able to get past us. First up is Sainz, then Gasly, so we've only lost 2 places, but still down to P9. That's a very miserable start for us. And Tsunoda hanging on to the top 10, but I think Perez is interested. In fact, Perez has got past him there. So Sergio Perez moving into the top 10, Tsunoda's teammate as well, looking at having a go at Carlos Sainz into the second Degnar. Not atypically an overtaking opportunity, but alas, we've managed to make it work here, up into P8, nearly losing the car there. The grip is pretty much non-existent at this stage of the race. It's lap 1 of 27, long way to go, and I'm hoping we will have opportunities come to us later, as I'm now starting to attack Pierre Gasly for P7 down the inside of the chicane, and that is P7 taken. So we're now as you were from the grid, albeit a lap later. And Lando Norris currently leading the way in this Japanese Grand Prix, but there's still 26 laps left to run, and we're now having a go at trying to shape up Leclerc. I'm using all of my battery to try and get closer to him round 130R. I don't know if we're going to make that work, and maybe have a look at overtaking into the chicane. I'm going up the inside of Leclerc. Is he allowing me the room? Yes, he is. Side by side with our teammate then, as we come out of the second part of the chicane, and unfortunately we just don't have the legs to make the move work. Lando Norris keeping the fastest lap, and we're coming back at Leclerc, who defends the inside of turn 1, but we're going to sweep round the outside and gain P6, and we are up a position, getting past our teammate, and that is a good move. Sweeping round the outside of Leclerc, not staying behind him this season. We are going for it all out this year, and I'm hoping to grab the title, but we've made a little bit of a mistake there, and that's allowed Leclerc back onto the rear of me. I went down the inside, but Leclerc had the outside line, and we touched! We touched! I went across to try and defend from Leclerc, and unfortunately we did touch, and I hit the grass and nearly lose it, and Leclerc retakes P6. But wow, that was contact there. The teammates come together and I nearly lose the car, and that allows Leclerc back through, but we're now having another look, heading towards 130R. I'm going to have a look up the inside. Oh, we've hit again, and I've lost the rear, hit the grass, and round we go. And that has ended any battle there, albeit temporarily, but we fall to the back of the grid. And that was a bit silly. More contact in 130R, and as I catch the car we hit the grass, and of course in these conditions you hit the grass and round it goes. So now we're trying to recover our way back forwards, and the first way or place of doing that, should I say, is Théo Pourchaire in P19. I just cannot believe how wrong this race has gone in such a short space of time. But we're having a look at the Williams. Norris, meanwhile, is just setting fastest lap after fastest lap. He's a little bit untouchable out there. But now I've gone down the inside of Théo Pourchaire, and we're up into P19 now. And I'm starting to get after Nico Hülkenberg dead ahead. Here he is, down the inside we go, round Kobayashi corner. Banging wheels, forcing him wide there. And I think that was mostly down to losing grip on our part. But we get the move done on Hülkenberg. Next up we have Kevin Magnussen, and it's going to be a long, hard move forwards, especially when we're not picking off as many as we would really need to be. But this is a circuit where overtaking is extremely difficult. It is not easy to find a place to pass here at all. Your best bet is either the chicane or get a run into turn 1, or even try Kobayashi corner there. It doesn't always work, but it's worth a try. Here we go then, on the back of Kevin Magnussen, but we're struggling to get really close. And this is just not our race at all, that we're really struggling to get within half a second of him. We've got there then, but Magnussen just having better traction out of the corners and we're now catching him to potentially have a go into the chicane. This all depends on how well we take 130R. We've taken it quite nicely. We're going to go down the inside of Kevin Magnussen and take P17. So we're up another place. And that's Lewis Hamilton in 16th. Hamilton having an absolutely dreadful day in the Mercedes. Am I going to battle him for 16th, I wonder? That's the plan. And yeah, it just sums up how bad your day is that we're racing for P16. Hitting the curb there and nearly losing it. These curbs in these conditions are absolutely lethal. You just cannot touch them, otherwise it sends the car completely round. We're having a go at Hamilton in the second sector. Is that going to work? I don't think it does. No, it does actually. We're ahead of Hamilton, but now we're coming to the right-hander. Hamilton still looking down the inside to try and stay ahead. We're side by side with him, and now we've got a good exit and good traction there, and we're still side by side round the right-hander. And Hamilton, though, keeping his foot in it, still just about ahead. But we're alongside, wheel to wheel, and I go around the outside of Spoon, and that moves us up to P16. And that was, well, that was quite aggressive racing with Hamilton when you consider that that was for P16. Lando Norris just sets another fastest lap. Alright Lando, we get the message, you're quick. And now we're getting ready to shape up on Zhou Guanyu, but instead I'm thinking an early pit stop. And I tell you what, if a safety car comes out, that'll be perfect. And I think we could see a safety car, because Théo Pourchaire at that moment, spinning his Williams round, he recovers. Unfortunately, no safety car for that. So it's basically now a pointless pit stop, but I'm hoping an undercut can gain us one or two more places that we wouldn't have gained without it. There's Pourchaire going past, so it shows you there. He's lost pretty much a pit stop worth of time. Meanwhile, this is Ollie Behrman right behind Alex Albon. He's hit the curb and he's gone round two. Ollie Behrman round two, and that's causing a bit of a traffic jam. That might be a red. That will probably be a red, and I wish I'd stayed out an extra lap, because when the red drops for that we're going to have to start from P20. So all the work I did moving forward is gone, and we are going to have to restart P20. It's a day where it just goes from bad to worse, really, isn't it? But we're now on the grid. We get a fresh set of tyres, so we're on the same tyres as everybody else. We're restarting the race from lap... What, illegal overtake on Pourchaire? Are you kidding me? He's already back ahead. Anyway, we're underway again. I'm really not sure what that illegal overtake was for. I think it might have been us getting past under red, but whatever. Here we go then. This is the start from the front, and Lando Norris, who's been dominating the entire race, getting it wrong, going wide, and dropping all the way down to P5. And that's such a shame for him, because he was so dominant for the most part in this race. I'm now trying to sneak my way down the inside and gain some places. Lewis Hamilton's really made a dog's dinner of that start. He's down to 19th, and we're now on the back of Ollie Behrman, who spun earlier, and trying to take 16th from him. So we've basically got it all to do all over again here at Suzuka, and we're only in P17. We've got 13 laps to try and move our way forward, but I'm struggling for grip in this first lap of the restart. And we're now getting back to the rear of Behrman. Can I have a look at a double overtake on him and potentially Magnussen while they're all backed up? Let's give it a go. We've got Behrman. Have we got Magnussen? Yes, we do. So we're up into 15th, just a few places outside of the points now. And if we can get ourselves towards the points, that for me will be a job well done, as we now get ready to have a go at Zhou Guanyu down the inside of the second Degner. Have we managed to pull that off? Yes, we have. But Zhou is staying there. He is not letting me go easy. But I've forced the issue, and we're up into P13. So now just 3 places away from points. The problem is the laps are running out. We're now on lap 19, and we're only just catching Perez and Tsunoda. They're not proving easy to catch. Are we going to take a late move up the inside? Yes, we are. Down the inside of Tsunoda. I think that was a case of me braking late and turning that into an overtaking move and hoping that Tsunoda jumps out of the way. In this case, he did, and we're lucky that he did so. 2 places now away from points, and this is Ocon and Perez battling over 10. So if we can just get ourselves into the top 10, maybe grab a couple of points, I'll consider that good damage limitation. Perez was having a look at Ocon there. No way through. Here we go, down the inside of Perez, and we're going to have a look at Ocon too. Oh, we've tapped the rear of the Sauber. Not quite getting through, but we've got past Perez, up into P11. Next up is Ocon, with just 7 laps to go here at Suzuka. I'm sure we can do it, but Perez is coming back at us. Perez having a go down the inside, but eventually backing out of that one, and eventually settling. Right, we've got past Ocon, unseen by us, but we do get past Ocon, make it up to 10, but we've hit grass around, we go again! Oh no! There we are, just tapping the grass, and round it goes, and that just ends every chance of getting a car into the points. We did get ahead of Ocon, but unfortunately, that is that for us. We're now down to stone dead last again, and with it all to do, I cannot believe that is something we did. I did pit for tyres, but then I saw how many laps there were left. I was hoping for a safety car, but it's clear it wasn't going to come, so we decided to retire the car, save the components. What a disaster.
Race win, fastest lap as well, so that extra point for them today, and what a masterful performance. They really showed a clean pair of heels to the rest of the opposition out there today. They had no answer for them.
Our drivers are making their way out for the podium celebrations, and it's going to be McLaren picking up the winner's trophy. Congratulations to the entire team for that fantastic performance. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
It's a win then for Oscar Piastri, with Verstappen grabbing second, Russell and Alonso getting third and fourth, Norris fifth, Leclerc sixth, Sainz, Gasly, Tsunoda and Stroll completing the top 10. But that was just a day of disaster for us, and then when we got into the top 10, I was pushing hard to try and catch up. We made a mistake, and that was the catalyst in our race. So no points for us, but Leclerc extends his gap to us to 14 points, and Fernando Alonso moving into second in the drivers' standings. It's still very close at this stage. We're still in the hunt, but those are points that I really didn't want to lose today. And yeah, it was just a day to forget, really. Well, thank you for watching this instalment of Career Mode anyway. Don't forget to leave a like and hit subscribe if you are new here and you want to see other content from me. And until the next time, I've been Joe, TTFN, ta-ta for now, take care of yourselves and enjoy the rest of your day.